everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rhonda, better known as Hot Mess Mama MD. On today's video, it's another edition of Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money? What we're going to be testing out is this palette right here by Okalan. This is the glowing palette up against the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. Now you guys know the drill on this. On one side will be with the high-end palette, the other with the inexpensive palette. So if you're interested to see whether or not this is a dupe for the high-end Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, then let's get started. Okay, so a little bit about this palette. This is by Okalan. You can pick it up on SHOPHUSH, the app. I didn't see that it was on the actual website. You guys know the drill on that. As always, I'm not sponsored or affiliated or anything like that with either one of these companies. This is a $12 palette, and you do get a total of 6 shades in here. Now, of course, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is the Moonchild, and I guess with my lighting and things like that, it's like really kind of throwing off the look of each palette. But as you guys can see, they look very, very similar. And of course, like I said, I'm going to do side-by-side with each shade swatches for you all. So we're going to go ahead and start off with doing one side of my face though with the Oakland, one side with the ABH, and we're gonna see how they turn out. I actually have not played with this other than like swatching here and there. So right off the bat, we are going to, I think, go in with, how about Diamond Shine? We'll start off with one. We'll just do Diamond Shine right here, which looks to be a potential dupe for the, is it Pink Heart in here? Yes. It looks to be, it looks a little bit, okay, we're going to go ahead and swatch. That is the Oakland one. This is the ABH one. So right off the bat, the Oakland one looks a little bit more like a white, where the other one has more of a pinky undertone, but we're going to go ahead and start off with Diamond Shine. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Morphe R36 brush and just dab it in. Now there is a little bit of kick up. I don't know if you guys can see it. By the way, this palette does have a mirror on it as well. So I'm just real lightly going to apply that to my cheeks. And it's actually like a really pretty natural. Ooh, that's funny. It swatches whiter, but once you apply it to the skin, it has more of that pink, guys. Do you guys see that? Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit more so maybe you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's definitely more of a pink. It's really pretty. It's definitely pink. It is more pink on the actual skin when you brush it out than when you just swatch it. That's funny. Do you guys see that? This is the ABH one. This is the Okalan one. Huge difference there. So I'm going to clean my brush off like I normally do. I'm going to jump over to the Moonchild palette by ABH, and we're going to use Pink Heart, which appeared to be a dupe. Same amount of kick up and things like that. Well, maybe a little bit less, but there's still kick up in that one. We're going to go ahead over here. Oh my, Okalan! That's crazy. You guys, that's the swatches. This is the ABH one, which is going pink. This I would say is maybe a little bit lighter of a pink than on this side. But wow, that's pretty awesome. Okay, wow. I actually kind of like the, this is the Anastasia side, which is pretty, but it's pretty bold. But I think when you buy that palette, I think you just kind of know that's what's going to happen. I think from here, let's go over to this and do the top one, which is Stardust. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you. And it looks to be a dupe for the Moonchild. Here, let's go ahead. Here's the Okalan one and Stardust. – Okay, now let's go ahead and Blue Ice. Sorry if I wasn't in frame. And you guys, they swatch identical. Okay, let's do blue eyes on the cheeks. Clean off the brush. We're gonna go into Stardust here. Again, there's kick up, but you know, no big deal. Lightly go over there. Oh my gosh. How pretty is that? I can't tell if I'm in frame. I'm hoping I'm in frame, guys. That's really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to clean off the brush. I'm going to go in and use blue ice on the other side from the Moonchild palette right here. I do feel, to be honest with you guys, I do feel like the Okalan is not as like bold and vibrant as the ABH. I could be wrong. I can't see what's going on in my monitor, but just glancing over here, I think that it definitely shows up, but it's not as bold as the ABH one. But I don't think it's that horrible. It is a little bit on the bold side for me, so I'm going to take my beauty sponge on the back side and then the front side over here and just kind of calm it down a little bit. But you guys, that is really pretty. So let me go ahead and do the other 4 colors for you guys. The next one I'm going to swatch is called Magic Heaven, which is right here on the Oakland side. We're going to go ahead and swatch that one. Oh, that's really pretty. Then we're going to go ahead and do Star over here. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, let me clean off my hand again. Okay, now we'll go in with Royal Crown. And then Lucky Clover. I feel like this green shows up a bit better, but still very, very pretty. Okay, cleaning off and going back to the Oakland for Glam and Bright right here, the purple. Oh, that's pretty. That's not as like bold as I thought. Then we're going to do Purple Horseshoe. That is pretty. Sorry, I was out. I've got it so close. Those look pretty identical. There's one more. This one is called Precious in the Oakland palette. Sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. That's my son in the kitchen cooking. And here is Blue Moon in the ABH, which is really pretty. I feel like with these shades, the ABH one and Blue Moon and Lucky Clover is definitely more pigmented. Same with, I believe this is the shade Star. Those are very pigmented, but I mean, I think the Oakland one is as well, but it just also depends on the look you're going for. I like more of a subtle look for me personally, so the Oakland totally works. So like I said, this is only a $12 palette. So even if you can find this at TJ Maxx for $24.99, I still think this is totally worth the $12. I do think it is a great dupe for it. Like I said, I feel like the ABH palette is a bit more on the vibrant side, but for me that's okay because I'm not looking for a, you know, gray or purple or green highlight glowing from the gods type or to the gods type of look. So this works for me and I'm very, very happy with it. And I definitely think it is a good dupe for the Moonchild palette if those are shades you are looking for. So, you know, when it comes down to it, would I recommend this palette for, you know, to you guys to save your money and things like that? Absolutely. I mean, I love the quality of the ABH formula, so don't get me wrong on that. They have absolutely amazing formula and I can't complain about that, but I think that if you are looking to save money, then this is definitely the route to go, especially if you don't have 24 or 40 some dollars. Again, I'm mentioning the $24.99 because that is what I did pick up my other ABH palette for at TJ Maxx. So that's why I'm throwing that out there in case this one hits TJ Maxx anytime soon. But for me personally, I would just be completely content with picking up the $12 palette and going about my day, not necessarily needing the 40 some dollar palette. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people are very anti you know, fakes and dupes, but you know, I always try every so often to explain the difference between a fake and a dupe. The fake palettes out there are ones that sit there and claim that they are, you know, the Anastasia Beverly Hills or the Tarte or the Natasha Denona's. Those are actual fake palettes, especially when they're claiming that. And then on top of it, when those are fakes, if you look at the back of them, they will actually replicate the ABH formula or the Natasha Denona formula and things like that. So you don't truly know what you're putting on your face or your eye, which to me is scary and an absolute no to me. Now, when it comes to the SHOPHUSH palettes, yes, they're an off-brand and things like that, and they're dupes, meaning they have replicated or, you know, duped the high-end palette. So they have their own amount of, you know, their own kinds of ingredients and things like that on the back, so you know what you're getting. You know that, okay, this has, you know, zinc oxide or dimethicone. Oh, it has dimethicone. I gotta be careful with that. But you know what I'm saying? It has things in here that are going to be potentially different than the high-end palette, but at the same time, you're gonna get the list of ingredients. You're gonna know what you're putting on your face, on your eyes, and stuff like that. So it's definitely safer. And yes, I get that some people get upset with the fact that, oh, well, this wasn't their original idea and they took the idea. And I get that too. I definitely see both sides of it. But for me personally, being, you know, I mean, granted, I'm married now, but for 8 years, I was a single mom, and I was very much, you know, struggling for, I would say, probably the first 5 years of being a single mom. And you know, with that being said, I couldn't afford the Natasha Denona, the Anastasia Beverly Hills, or, you know, the Tarte or the Too Faced. I couldn't afford those things. So to be able to find a company that, yeah, that dupes these things for half, if not more, of the cost of these high-end products, I'm absolutely all about it, because I know what it's like to be a struggling single mom out there, that all you can focus on is providing for your children, and the last thing that you're going to think about is a $40, $50, $60, $100 and some dollar palette. That's when and why I fell in love with SHOPHUSH when I found them. So that's my little tangent for now. I'm sorry, but for all you single moms out there, you rock. I feel ya. You can do this, and just know you are stronger than you think. So anyways, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye!